Yo, PringleTheOne, did you hear?
No, what's up?
They dropping Mario Odyssey. He can throw his hat and Super Bomberman, baby, on the new Switch console. Woo!
Here's another one.
Welcome to PringleTheOne's world.
Welcome to a new series I dub Let's Talk About It with PringleTheOne. And in this new series, I'll be discussing anything anime or gaming related or even life. And we'll get into it and have a little bit of fun. So let's do this!
Yeah, what's up, YouTube fam? PringleTheOne in the building. And as we've seen, Nintendo Switch presentation is a wrap. It was pretty struggle, actually. Like, watching it, they had a really struggle translator where a part of me actually felt bad for the translator while he was trying to translate. I was like, damn, man, I feel bad for that dude, man, because he probably wasn't prepared or something, or they just tossed him in there. You never know. A lot of people were like, oh, this guy's garbage, but hey, man, you never really know the story to that. Maybe he just is bad, or maybe they just threw him in there and he was like, yo, I'm not really that good. And it was like, no, just do it. So you never really know. There was also the light show that they gave us in the beginning of the Nintendo Switch presentation. And let's talk about the games now, which is really the only reason why. A lot of people would talk about like how they don't like the presentations, but to be honest, I don't care about the presentations. All I ever care about is what games are they showing. If they literally did a compilation of they did. But if they did a compilation of all the video games that they were going to show just as soon as the presentation starts, everybody would be perfectly fine with that. So I'll talk about some of the ones that I saw that were notable, and I guess, they started talking about it. The 1-2 Switch one was definitely a Wii Sports Plus. Like, that was it. That definitely, if that is not a Wii Sports, I don't know what the hell you call that. They had like the whole cowboy thing, and people were like, oh man, some people were like Red Dead, and I was like, come on fam, that's not Red Dead. That's not Red Dead. And then it was actually some 1-2 Switch, and I was like, that's fraudulent, because they were like 1, 2, 3, and I was like, where did 3 come from? And then my buddy was like, no, the 3 is the Switch, and I was like, no, that's some fraudulent stuff. If they want to add an extra step in there, you tell me that it's 1, 2, 3, and then Switch. Don't lie to me in my face. But then after that, they also showed the ARMS video or trailer, and the ARMS trailer looked very interesting. I guess it's pretty much is what it seems like, is that it's boxing. It's pretty much a form of boxing, and it's a good name, I think, because it literally is arms. It's like, yo man, come catch these arms. That's what you're going to be telling somebody when you want to actually fight him in that game, which is really cool. It's a really nice, I would say it's a nice, interesting fighting game. I would be pissed if it was like, or maybe you would consider it like a brawler. I would be pissed if it's like a full price thing. If it comes with the Switch, then that's pretty cool. That's something that I feel like should come. Same thing with like the 1-2 Switch. It should definitely come. There's also Splatoon, which, oh my lord, Splatoon is definitely something to be hyped for. The original Splatoon were really cool because what they did with it, they did a lot of Splatfest. So then they had to stop them after a while, which I was kind of sad about it. I really wanted to get into Splatoon, but I just didn't want to spend the whole $50 to get it. That's always my biggest gripe with Nintendo games, and how they don't believe in like discounts. They don't believe in sales, and when they do, they're pretty trash. So we got a new Splatoon 2 coming out, and it seems like they're pretty much probably just revamped the graphics. Pretty much do what a good sequel would do, or the second game, and it's pretty much just adding more graphics. As you can see, we see a lot of cool new like tools and weapons that they given the Inklings and stuff. After that, we have, there's no order to this since I'm just going off, but then there's Mario Odyssey. Oh my lord. Oh man, yo, when I saw that, I was like, man, I hate Nintendo because their business practices, before this video even gets flagged, their business practices are very bad sometimes, man. Like, let's be real. Like, their business practices are very shoddy, and it seems like they tend to do monopoly and things. But Mario Odyssey, man, yo, my boy was in New York City, or in this case, New Dunk City, and my boy was jumping like he was this was like on some Spider-Man stuff, man. My man was jumping on his hat. I was like, yo, he's probably fighting with the hot dog vendor because he talking about he's scamming him for this hot dog because he wanted a little bit of ketchup extra. And he's like, that's 25 more cents. And it's like, no, fam, I'm Mario. I'm about to save the world and stop this marriage, which is really cool. And I'm definitely very hyped for a new Mario game because I feel like now it was like, here's Galaxy here. Here's Galaxy. And now here's this guy in New York City. I was like, holy crap. And even the worlds that they showed are very vibrant. I'm just hoping that my only concern with the game is that they don't have this weird difficulty thing, just like in 3D World. And this one seems like it has the 3D World style. So I think they may keep that up. Like it definitely has the 3D World style in the way it moves, but it's more of a Galaxy type thing. So that's really cool with how they're approaching the new Mario, as well as his, like, I guess it's going to be his companion, because Mario never really has a companion. Or I mean, when he does in his adventure games, it's not really a companion, but it would be like an NPC would constantly talk to. Like in 64, I guess you could say that the Toads were that. In Galaxies, it was that fat star. I forgot what the hell you call those. I want to say Lumas, but yeah, you Lumas. So they gave Mario a hat, and maybe it gives him like a property to attack. We don't know if he'll have any kind of like fireball powers or anything like that, but it's pretty interesting to see how it'll work out. Now we have Xenoblade Odyssey, or I say Xenoblade 2. I wrote Xenoblade Odyssey on my notes. Xenoblade 2 is going to be very interesting. It seems like we don't know. It might be a sequel off the original Xenoblade Chronicles, because it looks like it's going to be a sequel, much different characters and all that, just like the original Xenoblade's vast world, beautiful environments. We can expect that. I don't think we saw a lot of fighting gameplay. Last I checked the trailer, there wasn't much fighting gameplay, so we're not sure on that, but it's probably going to be the same as it always been, where there's like the little menu in the bottom, and then you attack, you move around and stuff. So that's really cool. If anything, Xenoblade on the Wii U was actually really a pretty big game. It had a strong MMO feel, so we might see how that changes in this Xenoblade 2. It might just be a straight up like adventure game without so much of the MMO feel to it. We got Fire Emblem Warriors. Basically, we already know how it's gonna come out. If it's a Warriors game, if it's like Dragon Quest Heroes, then it should be a really good game. Like because Dragon Quest Heroes had that whole effect that, yes, it was a Warriors game, but there were some really cool things you could do with it, as opposed to other Warriors games like One Piece Pirate Warriors, where it's just one player on a map. In Dragon Quest Heroes, it really felt like it was its own Dragon Quest game. It just had this, oh, I'm destroying like hordes of enemies type feel to it. We also have new Shin Megami Tensei. They didn't show much about that. Just a little snippet. Same with the Fire Emblem. It wasn't too much, but it was like enough to give you that taste, which is really cool to see that people will get for the Nintendo Switch. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it on release. Most likely not. I don't think Zelda's enough for me to cut it, but it's pretty cheap at a $300 price tag. That's not bad at all. So that's really nice. We got Dragon Quest 10. Dragon Quest. No, they're not bringing 10. Dragon Quest 11. They're going to be bringing the new Dragon Quest as well as Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2 onto the Switch, which is actually a really good thing to do, that they're doing that. It's actually pretty dope because I believe the Dragon Quest series will both be will be dropping on the PlayStation. And now that we're getting more Dragon Quest games from the to the West, we're getting more Dragon Quest games for us in America. That's really nice and it's actually getting into the Nintendo stuff, because we got like a lot of the old Dragon Quest games as well as Dragon Quest 8 on the 3DS. So that's really nice to see. Now we're also getting Skyrim. Skyrim is one that I remember I hear somebody was like, no, that's bullcrap. But hey, we're getting Skyrim. So that's pretty cool. I don't really care much about Skyrim. It's pretty boring to me. As well as EA announcing FIFA. I don't care about FIFA, man. I don't know how much people actually cared. There was also the new Legend of Zelda game, which, Legend of Zelda Breath of Wild. I was actually pretty hyped for this trailer. Reason being is because of the fact that they actually showed towns and NPCs, and a lot of the gameplay that we've been shown, they're not showing that, and I don't know why. That's a really odd way to show us stuff. They're just showing us the combat portion. But let's be real, the Zelda stuff is like what the towns look like, what that's what really is cool about Zelda as well. It's not just the action, the dungeon gathering and stuff. It's really like, okay, there's places, there's NPCs, there's some sort of story, and it seems like there's voice acting, which is really cool. It's Japanese voice acting, so if that's the case, I'd probably hear it in Japanese. As long as my boy Link ain't talking to me and saying, "Hey man, I'm not a silent protagonist anymore," we ain't got no problem, because that should always stay like that. Link should always not be talking, because it leaves up to the player of how he thinks Link goes up to certain tasks or reacts on certain events or situations. So that's really cool. It looked really nice, except Link still looked like poopy. I don't care what anybody say. Link looked like poopy, dog. Like he looked, his whole world looked nicer than what he does. Link looked like straight up poopy. Like he looked like Dookie, man. I think that was really it for the presentation. They didn't show, there was also Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which I think is pretty jank. If they're gonna make me pay $60 for a game that all they really did was fix the battle mode, because the original Mario Kart 8 had a really bad battle arena. It was like that joint was trash. That was really, really bad. And if they're going to do that and toss it onto the Switch, that's pretty grimy, and that's one of the things that I don't like. So if we're end up paying $60 for Bowser Jr. and Inklings and a better battle arena, that's it. That's not worth $60 of the price tag. I don't know how many people will buy it, and I know people will buy it because it is Mario, so that's kind of grimy. As well as there was a very long list of games that they did not announce. Two of them that I want to bring up was Super Bomberman. You know I'm hyped for that. I don't care what anybody says. I love Bomberman, man. Oh my gosh, I am such an avid fan of the Bomberman series. I am a hype dude. I am a hype dude, but I love Bomberman, man. Like, yo, they're making a new Super Bomberman, and what's weird is that it's Konami, so I don't know what's up with that, but it should still be good, because Bomberman is really hard to mess up, because the formula stays the same, just like a Dragon Quest game, but it's always really fun to play. And if the online is really good, then that means I can play for hours online, and that's really one of the biggest concerns with some of these games, is how good the online support is. Another game is Puyo Puyo Tetris. They did not mention that at all at the Nintendo Switch presentation, but I'm really hyped for those, because I love me some Tetris. I've been playing Magical Tetris Attack, and I'm like, yo, man, I'll be playing it for like an hour, and I'm like, oh my lord, I love this game. So I'm really hyped for these games coming out, particularly Mario. Very interested in Splatoon. Xenoblade, definitely. I'm not too interested in Fire Emblem or Shin Megami Tensei. Dragon Quest, very, very definitely. Like, I cannot wait for the new Dragon Quest, but I'm probably getting that on the new PlayStation 4. So what you guys think, man? What are your thoughts on the presentation? I only really care about the games, but I know the presentation was kind of like a struggle, but it's Nintendo. Nintendo is like that cringy uncle that you have at the end of the day, where he's trying his best to be cool, but you just know he's lame. Man, they like the type of dudes that eat pork rinds and be like, this is so delicious. I love the salt. And then you look at him and he's trying to talk to you about something, and then you just ignore him, because he's like that really cringy uncle. You just can't get down with it. And he's so embarrassing to look at. He's like getting the pork rind grease all on his shirt, and he's trying to pick you up from school, and he's like, hey son, nephew, I'm here to pick you up. And he's like scratching his belly, and you're like, come on, man, like, are you really picking me up? But he's trying his best, man. He's trying his best, and that's what it really feels like sometimes. Even with my relationship with Nintendo is what it feels like. It's just the way they do their business practices are really bad, man. And that's something that we cannot overlook. I'm pretty hype. I'm gonna ride this hype train though, because I'm always on it. I'm on a hype rocket, but we'll ride that. And I'm very interested to see what they plan on doing with a lot of that stuff. When it comes to Nintendo and when it comes to the Switch, which, like I said, it's not that expensive. The $300 price tag is pretty good. So it's nice to actually see where we can get games that shouldn't be that expensive. I'm hoping that the games are not like $70 too. That $60 price tag better be like flat line. Like, there should be nothing past that. Like, I don't even like paying past $60. Like, I remember when my games were like 50, yo, and they were like, that was a good time. That was like, I'd say like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 time. But all right, y'all, much love and appreciation. I hope you enjoyed this new series that I am invoking. And it's called the Let's Talk About It series, where I'm going to talk about anything that's concerning me, and or I'll maybe do like a somewhat of a review or something like that. Anything. It'll be anything that I'm interested in, games or anime or anything. For now, I also have to mention that I do have another series or another episode of this coming up soon, and it's going to be about the E series, or as I say, YS series that I want to make. And it's actually just going to be particularly in YS Origins and how I really like that game and how I don't see much people talk about it, but it gives you like a Dark Souls type feel, and it's mad hard if you actually play it in a harder difficulty. Very cool dungeon crawler too. So alright y'all, much love and appreciation. I hope y'all are hyped, man. Be hyped, man. It's alright to be hyped, even if Nintendo is a really bad cousin or uncle. It's okay to be hyped. It's okay to feel these emotions, man. It's okay to be glad about something. I also forgot to mention that there's like this buttload of games that they're bringing out, and I think they're bringing out Melee HD. So get hyped for that. Some people speculated on the image of the Melee HD, but yeah, man, be hyped for that. Have fun. Be cool. Be glad. It's not bad to be happy about these things, man. It's definitely not. Like, so many people are tweeting it out, and I'm glad. It's cool to be hyped, even if you're not buying it. It's not bad to be hyped about these things. All right, y'all. Much love and appreciation. Comments and comments. Subscribers. Like is good to like it. Take care, everybody. Peace.
To once again enjoy those exciting times with everyone all around the world. Splatoon 2 still has many elements that we have yet to uncover. The Squid Research Lab will continue to share new details as we discover them. Thank you for your time today.